we're Paul and Marie. We are a UK reselling couple based in Southampton in Hampshire.
And this is our weekly roundup.
Alright, our first tip is
Structure. You're working from home. It's ever so easy to put the kettle on, to get up late, to stick the washing on, to find all these things that you could do instead of working and listing. Some of the elements of what you do for listing and putting things on eBay is very, very boring. So it's easy to get out of doing them by procrastinating. And what we do every morning, we set the alarm for a certain time, we start work at a certain time, and we do treat it like a full-time job.
We do, yeah.
Because if you don't, it's ever so easy to just laze about in bed, isn't it? Have a late breakfast and whatever.
Yeah.
So, yes, it can be a part-time or full-time job, but treat it like a job, because if you don't put the hours in, you won't get any money back, will you?
No,
that's one of the key things, is that reselling is such a hard-working job that you are doing it night and day, so you do have to put the hours in, and you have to be structured so that you are forced to put the hours in.
Yeah, definitely.
So another thing we would like to touch on is customer service, and I'm going to add in manners as well.
Yeah.
You deal with all the
with customer service, as an online business, it's you really do need to go above and beyond. And yes, on eBay they will have certain instance where somebody is trying it on. You do unfortunately have to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, you do get people trying to rip you off. It's just how it is.
It is what it is, but customer service, a good customer service is key. Because it gives you, more than likely, if you've gone above and beyond, they'll give you decent feedback, and feedback is a strong thing for it, isn't it?
Yes, and I think if you ever have an incident where someone is trying to rip you off, and you have to contact eBay because you feel you've been wronged, eBay will read all of your correspondence, and if you've been polite, if you've been kind, if you've been if
it looked like you've been trying to help the person
yes,
out,
if you've done everything
they will,
right, then they will go in your favour.
They will, yeah. Most of the time they will. There is the odd occasion, but if it's a little tricky, but I think generally, if you, like you said, you are polite all the time and not being funny with them at all, and you're trying to help them out, then eBay will back you up. Well, that's what we've found anyway over the many years that we've been.
Yes, and I think it's also the touch on the manners side of things. In life, if you want someone to do you a favour, if you're nice to them, then they're more willing to do you a favour. And sometimes we are surprised when we get people offer us. They send us an offer, pointing out that they could get it in a shop for £2 less.
Yeah.
And they put your back up straight away, and you're thinking, okay, well, why would I say yes to an offer? Because you've been rude. If you're nice to people, and sometimes we get people saying they can't afford much more than this and things like that, and then you're willing to sort of.
Obviously you do get some people just saying.
Oh yeah, you do. But
in the bulk of the time, you get a
sometimes
feel
you get
for
genuine
it,
people who are.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's the same when you go around a boot sale. If you see something on a stall and you just go, it's £10. Will you take £5? The person instantly might be a bit put off. Whereas if you approach it, you get to the stall and you sort of ask them how they are, make a reference about how cold it is, the weather, try and set up some sort of conversation, and then go in with the half price. You
got your chances a little higher.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Build up some sort of conversation, because a lot of the people that are at boot sales don't really want to be there. They're trying to get money themselves.
Yeah.
And they've got something and you're instantly knocking them down to half price. They're not going to want to do that. They want to get the full value. So it's trying to use your manners, be polite, and it's you're going to get a better reception, aren't you, for people?
Yeah, definitely.
People are more willing to work with you like that.
Yeah. So no, customer service.
Customer service.
Good customer service is key.
Yes, because you want your feedback to be, top notch. Because so many people, I mean, you don't buy anything without checking out the feedback
I'm
first.
always on the feedback. Yeah,
And there are a lot of people like that.
You do get some negative, but it's just trying to, make the decision yourself really once you've read it all. But no, I do look at the feedback. It's one of the things I scan through.
Yeah, and you work really hard at answering the questions as quick as you can. It takes a lot of work to keep up a really good feedback score.
It does.
So.
Yeah.
So another thing to mention is clear photos. This is why I don't do the photography, because they'd be rubbish, wouldn't they?
Be all over the place, wouldn't they?
Harsh but fair.
Yeah.
No, so when you're trying to sell your item, you obviously want it to look as good as possible. Someone coming across your listing needs to know as much about it as possible from the photo. So, if it has got scratches or damage, make sure you show everything. What you don't want is to sell the item and then they want a refund. And they want to send it back, because that's going to cost you money. So you want to...
That's another thing. If somebody... the photos on eBay do form... Is it part of the contract?
They do.
Part of the description, in effect. So eBay, if it's clearly shown any damage that someone's moaning about that was clearly shown, then again, eBay generally will back you up. Because, that's how it was sold. But no, it is... Clear photos.
Be clear and don't hide anything. Also, if you're listing something, someone's buying it from a photo. Sometimes you can't see the sizings in a photo, can you? And they might be thinking it's 10 inches when it's only 4 inches. So always put as much things like measurements in as possible.
Because the problem is it is like if you're showing a small figure. Which is only that big, but of course when you go close up to it, from the customer's point of view, it's massive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like you say, it's make sure that's all in there.
Yeah, I mean we've had issues in the past where we've measured something and the person's got it and it's smaller than I thought, and yet the measurements are there, but you can't. Sometimes you just have to deal with those sorts of things, but try and be clear and put as much information in. Because what you don't ultimately want to be doing is refunding and having the item sent back to you, because that just costs you more money, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we don't want that. So another thing I've got here is research. Hours and hours and hours of research. Now, this is the way we learn, isn't it? This is how we know what to pick up. In our recent video, we picked up some wallpaper because we'd seen, I don't know when, but we'd seen Nick and Andrea Hills pick up wallpaper, and that's how we learned about
that's what we
the
looked
value
at it
of wallpaper.
Yeah.
So, what you've got to imagine is that people like George Ross, for example, they'll go to a boot sale and they'll pick up a television that's worth £300. That we'd all love to do that, but we haven't all got that knowledge. And he has had years and years of learning about those sorts of things. So, you can watch videos and get a sense of what sells for what sort of thing, but it's the knowledge that you need, and you only get the knowledge through time. So watch as much as you can, learn about, find something you really like as well. If you like clothes, then
get the research.
Watch people that like clothes.
Yeah,
I mean, someone recommended Chaddy Pete to us, and we watched some of his videos, and he's done so much research about clothes. And that's a way, like a bit of a shortcut to learning the knowledge, is learning it through what he's learned about the knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's a way of getting the brands and knowing what is going to sell. Now, something that's not always talked about is the mess. If you're new to reselling or you want to start reselling, this is one of the biggest things to deal with mentally, I think.
Yeah,
because
you
can go to a boot sale and you can fill up a vehicle and it's all great. You get home and you can only list a fraction of those items because of time, because of life. What do you do with the rest of it? Where does it sit? And we bought a house that had a big garage, so we're quite lucky in that respect. But no matter how much space you have, you'll fill it up.
You always fill it.
So, we have the same situation as everyone else. Once the garage is filled, it goes in the kitchen, then it goes in other rooms, in the hallway, and before you know it, it's everywhere. And it can be difficult to deal with mentally because you always feel that the place is in a mess.
That's it.
So just think about what you're going to sell and where you're going to put it. I mean, we've seen a few people that do jewellery, and when they've shown us their areas, you think, oh my goodness, that's like a filing cabinet with all their stock in. You think, oh, there's no mess there, it's all in one filing cabinet. But we don't do jewellery, do we?
No.
We do big things that just take up a lot of space. It's just our luck. So, not everything will be a great buy. What happens to that stuff? That's what I've put down.
That's a category, isn't it?
When you're at the boot sale and things are 50p, you having it. No matter what it is, you're buying it. Oh, I've got to make more money on that.
Yeah.
You get it home, and in the cold light of day, it's this is only worth £4 now on eBay. What do I do with it?
Yeah.
So if you are buying lots of stuff, you've got to appreciate that not everything's going to be a great buy. What do you do with it? So for us, for example, we will be starting soon selling at boot sales, to try and get rid of some of our backlog of lower, sort of under £8-ish items.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't really like buying. We don't really like selling at boot sales, do we? Much happier buying. Yeah. But if you've acquired items, then you do have to move them on because your house is only a certain size. So unfortunately, it's trying to turn it round and not just leave it.
If obviously another option is leaving it for a little bit, but then if you get something similar that you can do a bundle with.
Yeah, we do that, don't we? We bundle
we've done
stuff
that
together.
before and that's worked. But it's boot sale or back to charity shop sort of thing.
You could put them in auction lots, but the auction fees are 30%, aren't they? And sometimes you don't end up getting much. But
you'd have to put quite a lot into an auction, wouldn't you?
You would to get your money back. Yeah.
But yeah. So no, that's definitely what we'll be doing is trying the boot sale first and then redonating.
Yeah. So I've got some other points that let's have a look. I've written down passion for reselling. I think if you're doing this line of work, and you've not done it before, and you're new to this, and you think, oh, I'd give that a go, you do have to have a bit of a reality check with it, because it's not a 9-to-5 job, is it?
No.
It's more. I'd say it's more a lifestyle choice, and other people will think you're completely crazy. Because you do work night and day.
You do. It's just long hours.
It's long hours. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of research, and we love buying something and selling it for more money. And I think you've got to have a passion for doing that, because there are some negative bits to reselling. If you go to a boot sale, you've got to get there at a ridiculously early time in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, just to give you just a hint of what we do when we buy from a boot sale, I like to get up and have a coffee in bed and use the toilet before I go, all these sorts of things.
I don't think they need to know that.
No, but you don't. No one rolls out of bed and goes straight to a boot sale. Yeah. So that means I'm getting up at 4:30 on a Sunday morning. That's quite tough at 4:30 in the morning to get up and to be ready. So you do have to have an absolute passion for doing it, because otherwise that, becomes quite tiring quite quickly, doesn't it? There is stuff everywhere all the time, and you will always buy way more than you can list. So, it can weigh on you when you've got piles and piles of backlog. Yeah. You feel that pressure to get more done, but physically you can't cram any more into your day, so it can be quite difficult. I mean, friends and family think we're probably a bit crazy doing what we do, because we could earn, realistically, we could go to Lidl and earn more.
Probably
doing that. We'd finish, we'd have more time together and all that sort of thing, but we do genuinely love what we do, don't we?
Yeah.
It does turn you into...
The thing is, we've been doing it for many years, but it's the... we've been able to always go to our daughter's plays. And,
yes, that genuinely is the reason we did take it up, isn't it?
There's a bit more flexibility. You can sort of, if you've got something that you need to do, you can work around it. Whereas it's when you're employed, it's a little bit more tricky, isn't it?
Yes, we didn't really want to be asking for time off to see a nativity play and all this sort of thing, did we? And we both wanted to sort of control what we did in life, didn't we?
That's it.
And that's why we do what we do. We're never going to earn vast sums of money, but it's not about that for us. It's not about, don't get us wrong, we'd love more money. Who wouldn't want more money? But it's not about that. It's having a life that we really enjoy, and we enjoy what we do.
Yeah.
It is hard work. It is long hours, and it's not like a job. You don't start at 9 in the morning and finish at 5 at night. You're still answering messages at 1:45 in the morning sometimes. Someone sent you an offer at 1:45, and you're doing that. So you don't ever switch off. That is the biggest thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
the biggest negative,
I
think, is
9 to 5 job. You finish at
you
5,
stop
and
at a certain
generally you
time.
can stop and relax. But but no, it's.
Especially if you're a bit of a worrier anyway, you are worrying about, are you going to sell anything, and so that makes you work even harder and even longer hours. So, it is difficult to switch off, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You become a certain type of person, I think, when you're a reseller as well. You have a tendency to steer away from new things and veer towards old things. So like this jumper I'm wearing, for example, I bought from a charity shop. It was brand new with tags, £5, and I bought it with the intention
to resell
it, but then I kept it. I don't think I could physically buy a jumper for £40 these days because I'm so used to dealing with second-hand items and even new items at a low price. It does, you become tighter with money because I think you realise how long it takes to make money. You don't. You become more frugal, shall we say?
Yeah.
Things like holidays. Yeah, what's that? We got married in 2001, didn't we? And we had a 2-week holiday, 2 weeks in Mexico. That was our last 2-week holiday. And now, yes, we've had a pandemic and we've not done anything for a couple of years. But even now, you want and you need a holiday. But you know that if you close for a week, you're not getting any money. So you don't want to do that. So now it's sort of, the most we can muster up is a 2-night weekend break because you gear everything around reselling. So, the parcels get collected at 4:45. Right, okay, well, we can go away on Friday night at 5 o'clock, but we must be back for Sunday afternoonish because that's when you need to wrap all your parcels so that they're ready for Monday. So you do end up, it changes your whole life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing with it.
That's it.
Also, you won't know it, but you will become very boring because you may think it's amazing that you've bought something for 50p at the boot sale, but no one else cares. No, do they? No, people don't. No. People think, why don't you just buy that from a shop? But what we find is that one of the biggest pieces of advice we can probably give you is to interact with the reselling community. This is something that we've been long-time lurkers on.
Very long-time lurkers.
On Nick and Andrew's channel.
It must be about 3 years?
About 3 years, and I think Chris and Belle, they're one of our favourites, aren't they?
Yeah.
And, a couple of times in the past, we do feel we owe quite a lot to Chris and Belle because they started us on our keto diet journey a year ago. It was the 18th.
Last February.
And as I say, we've lost 5 stone in weight since being on that diet, and we only started the diet because we'd seen them doing the diet, and every week we thought, look at their faces, look how thin their faces are getting, and we thought we want thin faces, so we started it. And when Chris got to his 2 stone goal, we sent him a message on Instagram, and he always comes back. No matter when you leave him a message, he always comes back. He's always very supportive, very kind. So we do recently. We've been really brave, haven't we? We've started saying hello. It's taken us like 2.5 years to say hello in the chat because we are really shy people. I know I waffle on, but we are quite shy, aren't we? And we love their show on a Monday night. It's part of our week, and we look forward to it. And when you're working on your own, because even though we're a couple, Paul's got an office that he works in. I pop in there with a cup of coffee at 10:30. Then I won't see you till lunchtime.
Yeah.
We have a mid-afternoon coffee, and then it's dinner time. So through the day, we don't sit and chat. We don't have a lot of interaction.
No,
You find that it can be quite a lonely day sometimes. And as a life, it can be quite lonely because all your family do other things. They don't do reselling. Well, my parents do a bit of it, don't they? But our other members of family, they don't. They don't always understand why we're working these long hours. We're not getting as much money as we could be getting if we did a different job. We're buying stuff for £1 and think it's amazing. Not everyone understands, but the resellers do understand because they're just like you. So when you watch these live shows and interact, it does give you a sense of purpose, and you feel part of the community. And it's so important because you'll have days when you won't sell anything and you'll doubt yourself and you'll be quite upset and you'll think, what am I doing this? Should I just be jacking it in and getting a job? But when you go on these sort of chats, you can see that it's not you that's having a bad day, that you're all having a bad day because there's been some sort of eBay glitch, and that's through no fault of your own. And then it makes you feel, okay, it's not just me. Everyone is having a bad sales day. And it gives you a bit more confidence in yourself. Not only are you learning about these people, and these people, they sort of become your friends, don't they? And we've started chatting and saying hello, and we don't really say much more than hello because it's still early days. But these people are saying hello back to you, and they're the same as you. They've not spoken to anyone all day, and sometimes you need to not have such a lonely lifestyle. And it's it's nice that you feel part of something, and you do learn so much. So I think it's very important to integrate in some way. You might not be confident enough to speak, but it's still, they form part of your network in a week, don't they?
They do, yeah.
So it's very important. So have we got anything else that we need to say? I don't know if we've really given tips or advice. I think we've just I've waffled on for ages about stuff. I don't know if anyone's actually learned anything from what we're doing. Do you think I've covered everything?
I think you've covered everything. We've just had another thought, and with regards to the research side of it, one of the key things as well is always checking solds on eBay. If you find an item that you're interested in, if you get a chance to, then
have a look at the solds.
Have a look at the solds on eBay. Now, on the desktop, on the computer version, it will be down the left-hand side. So you put your search in, and then look down the left-hand side and keep scrolling, and it will be sold and completed. So you tick those, and then it will come up with all of your the recent items sold in, I believe it's the last 3 months.
It's very important to look at solds, because if you just go on eBay and you look up what's actually up for sale, half of things will be on auction, so the prices might be lower, and they're just the bids at that moment, so it's not the actual what they're going to sell for price. And also some people overinflate their prices, and it's not a realistic, it's not accurate price. So solds always gives you an indication, and try and pick 2 or 3 if they've got enough of 2 or 3, then try and get an average of what they sell for. And you can price the item at what you want, but you're trying to find that buyer who wants to pay a certain price. So if you overinflate the price, yes, put a sold button on. That's one thing we would always say. Not sold button.
Not sold button. I was going to say that's right.
I've
never seen a sold button.
Wouldn't it be nice if we just put sold buttons on? It was that easy.
An offer button, yeah.
Put an offer button on, because then the people that are interested will contact you. And it might be a silly offer, and you might spend half your life going, no, decline, you've offered me half price. But you do find that rare person who is quite reasonable and might take £2 or £3 off because they don't want to insult you. Most people will insult you. They think it's okay to offer half price. But, you do get the odd genuine one, don't you?
You do.
And it's all activity as well, so it all helps, doesn't it, with the algorithms?
That's right.
So is that, I don't know if there's anything else we can add there.
No, I think we're done.
We've probably come across as being quite negative, which is not really what we wanted to do, but we do want to be realistic. It's not, it is a change of life. So, you've got to look at all the negatives as well as the positives. There's a lot of positives. We get to do what we want when we want. We control our destiny.
That's it, yeah, yeah.
But there's no time to do that because we're working hard selling on eBay. So it's not, yes, we can control when we have a holiday, but there's no time. We don't want to shut down, we don't want to lose money, so, you do end up doing yourself out.
We've had a lot of weekends away.
Yes, yeah, put it that way. No, because you end up pushing, because ultimately you always want to earn as much money as you can.
Yeah.
And we're at this time in our life when you're not just yet, but I'm classed now as middle-aged. So
I'm getting there.
You're still at late 40s, whereas I just recently turned 50.
You mean late 30s?
You wish. So you do get, you do worry more about your, the rest of your life when you get to this age, don't you?
Yeah,
Whereas if you're coming into reselling in your early 20s, then we're quite jealous because you've got years to go.
You have.
So we do spend a lot of our time working because we are trying to claw in as much money as we can whilst we're still fit enough to actually carry on.
That's it.
But no, we as I say, we love it. It's not for everyone. But we love it, don't we?
Yeah, but always try and do it part-time.
Yes, that would be our biggest thing.
Don't go full into it full-time because you need to get a taste of it and see what it's like, and then, obviously then make the decision whether it is something you can earn enough money out for full-time. But yeah, so...
It's like anything. You have eBay fees, you have postage fees. There's quite a lot of fees when you're selling items. A lot of the time, in the categories we sell them, and it's 11.9%. So not only are we paying our shop subscription, we're paying 11.9% on most things that sell. But then you've also got to put the VAT on that 11.9%, and you've got the 36p, which is the something sale. No. I still don't know.
Yeah, so it's an order transaction.
Transaction fee. So you've got to pay that as well, and your postage costs. So sometimes when you sell something for £10, you're only actually making £2 or £3. So you've got to look at selling or listing quite a few of those a day to get enough profit to be able to,
I mean, once you have a good knowledge of things, you can sort of narrow it down to the items that sell well, and it's like we're sort of reducing our shop down a bit now to try and keep down to the 1,500, and but we're going to per item price now. We're going to try and sort of eke more out of it.
We want to buy. We buy a lot of things for £1, but ultimately we don't mind buying things for £5 if we can sell them for sort of over £30. We're looking at higher valued items.
Yeah, it's less of your time as well. That's another thing with dealing with a lot of small items and a lot of low value items. You have to value your time, and over the years we have done a lot of small items, and it's. When we bought a lot of stuff at auction, you feel, well, we've got to do it. There was some items, say, in a lot that we wanted, but of course it come with a lot of other items that are not as valuable.
Yeah.
And what do you do with them? I suppose when you look back, you should just take them to the boot sale or do something like that. But
we try and get the most value out of things, but sometimes it's not always. You're not always using your time effectively.
Yeah.
And realistically, what we would like to be doing is going to the boot sale and just buying 5 things of high value. Then we would have enough time to list them, and that would solve our backlog problem as well, wouldn't it? But you can't always guarantee you're going to have high value items there. So what you actually do is you walk around, because you've got up at 4:30 in the morning, so you're not going to come home with nothing. So you go and buy a load of pound stuff, and then you've got way too much to list.
Not the best thing to do, really.
But that's how we do it, and we try desperately not to buy the lowest stuff. But when you have done this sort of thing for a long time, you can't leave it
Mm.
because you know there's profit in it.
Yeah.
And that's quite difficult to
Yeah, it
deal
is.
with sometimes. You get home and you've got regret. Oh no, I've bought that. I shouldn't have bought that. But this is part of it. It's the part of the learning. You learn a lot about yourself as well, don't you?
Mm.
But I think if you want to start reselling, then what we would say is try and go for things that you've got around your home that you no longer need or want.
Mm.
Clothes,
definitely.
shoes, even makeup. Well, not makeup perhaps, but like body lotions and things like that. We've sold a few things like that, unopened.
Yeah,
not
oh
used.
yeah, I know, not used.
But if you've got sealed items, sealed
yeah.
cosmetics and things like that, then give it a go because you're not buying these items now. You're not forking out any money for them.
Yeah.
And see how you get on because there's a lot of elements to what we do that is really, really boring. Drafting. If I spend the whole day doing it, oh my goodness me, it's so boring. And you do feel that you are drinking more because you just want an excuse to get up and put the kettle on. You just, I need to get up, I need to just have a break from it. Same with you and the wrapping. Sometimes it's all day on a Sunday afternoon.
It can be, yeah.
It's
it
just
has
hours
been,
of wrapping.
especially if you're leading up to Christmas. It
And
can get mental.
So try using things you've got at home and seeing how you get on. If it's not for you, then at least you know before you've spent any money.
Yeah,
Because
or left your job, or
Yeah, that's it,
you just definitely don't go into it full time straight away.
No, build up
Try
to
it out first.
because you might, we sometimes we have an issue with eBay and it can affect you for 2 or 3 days because you get so angry about it and you're so frustrated.
Yeah.
So it's it's looking at all aspects of it, and if you can get some enjoyment from doing it, then that's the thing to do. But if you find that it's so boring, you can't stand it, then it may not be for you. So I think we've waffled on enough now.
I think, yeah, we probably have.
No one's left, they're not watching. But we hope you've learned something, even if it's just how daft we are. Yes, you're right, they are boring.
Yeah.
But thanks for taking the time. If you're still there, thank you.
Yes.
And we hope we've helped.
Thank you.
Good luck with it all.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Ems Crafty Corner. My name is Emily, I'm the creator of EmsDenCo, a small crochet business on Etsy. So today I thought I would share with you a few little clips that me and my mum took during the week. So we are hoping to do like a full video on my YouTube channel, EmsDenCo, but I thought I would share a few clips in here because it is crafty and this is Ems Crafty Corner. So this week, me and my mum had a go at needle punching, or punch needle, or whatever you call it, and it is so much fun. So yeah, here are the clips, and I hope you enjoy. So in my Love Crafts haul video, you saw that I got these 2 little kits to do with punch needling. So we thought we'd do them today. Let's do it. This one's mine. This one's yours. So I'm guessing you do it from this side.
Oh, needle. You line them up.
I'm guessing I didn't get a needle.
Oh no. Right. That's complicated, isn't it? By the paper tab.
Oh, this isn't the first.
I haven't got a paper tab.
These. Ta-da!
Voila, like that. We both go, what? I'm punching it in. Ugh. It's tough, Ems. Right.
Oh, I'm scared.
And you've got to
I
do
don't want to do it.
until you get to the wood. So
Oh, have
is
you
that,
pulled yours back? Have you got a loop?
I think, yeah. Yeah, that's better.
I'm
I'm holding
doing
on to my
everyone.
loops for a second while I just...
Oh, yours looks
That's
well
all right.
cute.
It's not... How's yours getting on? Oh, yours looks good.
Way. so that is it for Ems Crafty Corner this week. I wish I could show you the finished pieces, but they are far from being finished. We spent about an hour doing it and I got about that much done. The canvases are quite big, so maybe in the next weeks that we do it, I will show you an update. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy this little snippet and I will see you next week.
Family fun time. Family fun time.
Hi, it's Marie and Ems.
Hi.
And we are finally able to get outside. It's a lovely sunny day. It's not too cold, is it, Ems? It's not too bad. And we are going to dig our borders over, ready for our potatoes and ready for our other vegetables that are going to be in the next few weeks. We've just had last weekend was a stormy weekend, so there's a few leaves and debris and tidying up that needs to happen. But we thought it's a lovely day, so let's get out and do some exercise. So if you put grandma's ones in here. Up there. Yeah. So we've dug over 2 of our beds, so we're worn out now, Ems, aren't we? It's quite back-breaking when you haven't done it for a while.
Very.
So we've got a whole bag full of leaves and weeds to recycle. We've got another bed that we're going to start on in another time, but for now we're quite happy, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we had, in the right bed, we had onions last year, didn't we? And in the left bed we didn't have anything. That was a bed we created last autumn. So we'll probably put the onions in that left one and then put something else in the right one, not quite sure what. We did find 2 potatoes though, didn't we? Which was very exciting. Last year we grew potatoes in bags, and when we had picked up the potatoes, we tipped the compost on the borders. We took all the potatoes out, or we thought we had. Over winter 2 had grown, so have those tonight.
Yeah.
So these 2 beds will be ready. The birds have a feast today, won't they?
Yeah.
And now we're going to do some composting. So we do like to make our own compost because it's quite expensive to buy. So we've got some daffodils left over from Paul got me for Valentine's Day, which I've been keeping. And we've got a bag of scraps veg. And we've got some coffee grounds from our coffee.
Lovely.
So just going to point out before Paul edits the video that he did get me more than daffodils. I always ask for daffodils because they're quite sunny and they make me think of spring, so they're one of my favourites. And the carnations are still going strong, aren't they? So
Yeah.
I know people think, well, I didn't get roses, but I don't. Roses go within a week, and you know, I do like daffodils. They make you feel a bit like spring's on its way. So let's do some composting. Have a look at our compost heap. It's very exciting.
It was grim.
That's last week's
passed
fruit and
it.
veg. Yeah, something's rotting away nicely there. So we did our pumpkins. One of our pictures we put up was us going and getting pumpkins, wasn't it? And all 4 of them went in.
Yeah.
So they will get some lovely things. Now, if you are going to grow your own compost, the only thing you can't really put in is potato peelings because potatoes will grow. So you've just got to be careful of that. But this has got broccoli, it's got bits of onion, cucumber, lettuce,
Daffodils.
and my Valentine's present from Paul. Thanks, Hum. They're going to feed the garden. What we should do next is show them our chitting potatoes because it's been a month since they've seen them, and I bet they can't wait.
Okay.
So this is what you do. These are called seed potatoes, and you line them up in an egg box, and you watch these little bits here. This is called chitting, and these are what will grow into foliage, and then they'll produce the potatoes. So each one of these should produce quite a few potatoes. We'll have sort of in the summertime, I think.
Yeah.
So yes, if you zoom in, Ems, they can see, well, they probably don't remember from last month's video, but you can see they're looking quite healthy and they're growing quite well. So probably got another sort of 3 or 4 weeks perhaps before we put them in. It depends on the weather. You don't want to plant them when it's too frosty. So hopefully middle of March, fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video. And if you liked our content,
please like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notification for future videos.
thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Hi, with Paul and Marie.
See, I'm off to the edge of it, I feel.
I went too close.
No, it's I need to come your way a little bit.
Do you? Oh.
No, that's it. That's right. That's fine.
Are we doing it then?
Yeah.
See if we can do it in one take.
One take.
Is it recording now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll stop babbling then. Okay.
Challenge. One take.
Two.
Ready?
Okay.
Hi, we're Paul and Marie. We are a UK reselling couple based in Southampton in Hampshire.
And this is our vacuum spares and money boxes update. A lot of head bobbing. Can we watch it back? Oh, did we do it? Do you think it was good enough? I don't know. I wasn't ready. When you started talking, I wasn't quite ready, but... Ready? Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. And if you liked our content,
please like and subscribe and click the bell icon.
Oh, I got it wrong as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't whisper.
What, you
or
think
if you're going
hear?
to whisper the right thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video. And if you liked our content,
please like and subscribe to our channel. Shit.
I'm laughing at what you said just a minute ago. Come on. Okay, we've started so well, didn't we?
One. We did one all the way through.
That's still good. Still good compared to the previous ones. Right, ready?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our...
Right, come on.
Right, come on. We were doing so well.
Right.
It's really hot, isn't it? Ready?
Hang on. Oh, you alright? We can do it. We might have to move to something else.
We'll be fine. Let's give it another go.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video. And if you liked our content,
please like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon. Too much of a delay.
thanks for watching.
Thank you.
I almost forgot the thanks for
I
watching.
know,
bit
I was
then.
literally just about to do this.
That's my boom.
I'm not doing it again. Like that game, isn't it?
Oh, okay, I'm ticking that. Then I'm ticking it as done. What are we covering? Covering
Tips.
tips. Okay.
Why not check out now? Is it? Why not? Why not check out?
A bit high.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Hi, this video was
We'll leave that in. Leave it.
You ready?
Yeah.
What?
For some reason I wanted to go boom shakalak. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know, it just went into my head. Boom shakalak. I don't know. It just went there, and then I started thinking about it when you were waiting to talk. Now I'm laughing. I don't know why. Something's triggered that Mr. Bombastic song. Boom shakalak. I don't know. I can't help it.
You're going to be laughing all the way through this.
No, I've got to think of other things. Think of Hoover's Okay. You see
Okay.
the sausage? Okay. Come on.
Okay.
We got this.
Yeah. Hi, this video was inspired by subscribe. I can't say subscriber.
You need to
This-
break it down. Subscribe.
This is going to sound odd though. This is inspired by a subscribe. Right, let's go again.
Okay.
Hi, this video was inspired by a subscriber's comment, and basically they were asking how we're getting on with the vacuum
Spares.
spares.
Yes.
weren't we? So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Oh,
And this is our weekly roundup.
again.
Look
Pros,
at us.
aren't we?
Look at us polished.